My name is Terry Myers, and we run Terry Myers Training Center here in Ostrander, Ohio. We have a 10-acre farm, and we keep about 18 horses on hand all the time, plus several longhorn cows. We just run a training operation and do clinics and that type of thing. Our basic training is kind of a general training. It's about allowing the horse to work without pulling on his face. And it's not about making the horse work, it's about letting the horse work. And we work a lot on body position, how your body affects the horse and what you do and that type of thing. And when we break a horse, it's not about getting to the point to where we break him down and then build him back up. We want to work with that horse to allow him to do what he can do best. People have got to understand that horses are a lot like people in certain ways. And you always praise them to start with, and then if you got to discipline them, you discipline them. But you always start out by asking before you tell them. You know, it's like what we do here. We've done everything from halter horses to Western pleasure, trail horses. We've done some cattle work. I've got a reserve world champion in hunter under saddle. And you know, so we've done a little bit of everything. But now we're more focused on the people instead of the horse to a point. The horse has got to be right. I did a college program for 14 years, and I had a set of lesson horses that I used for the college program. And the kids would come out and they'd say, "This horse is broke." And I'd say, "He is broke, but he's not broken." But they couldn't get the horse to do anything until I got them to understand what the horse was and got them riding the horse like they needed to. Every horse is just like a person. They all have a different personality, a different technique. You might use the same basis for every horse, but you got to change that around because every horse is just like a person. They think, they have a mind of their own. You know, they're gonna do what they want to do, and you got to make them think that you're right and they're wrong. And the best thing to do is to make the horse think it's his idea, just like a kid, instead of making him think it's your idea. We clean stalls every day. Every morning we clean stalls, and we have almost a spreader load every day to go out. And then we also have to clean the cow pens and that type of thing. And we usually clean them when the farmers get the crops off so we can go spread it on the farmer's field. And so we use a spreader every day. I think last year there was 2 days we couldn't use it because the door was froze shut and we couldn't get it out. I had a Millcreek spreader earlier, and my older Millcreek I've had for like 12 years, and it was used every day. And the thing that was really important to me is if I had a breakdown, I could go to Cashman's and get parts. The longest I think I've ever been down was a day. And that's really important when you're trying to get things done and keep things moving. And I think this spreader, the new spreader, is a 97, is that right? I think it's a 97, and we've had it now for a week after we kind of retired the old spreader, and it runs like a charm. I had a John Deere, an old John Deere. I've had like 2 or 3 spreaders before I got the Millcreek. They were always old spreaders. You know, I never had a new one until I bought the Millcreek. I don't know, I've had ground driven. I love the PTO shaft because in the wintertime we'll pile manure a lot because we can't get in the fields. And with the PTO you can just back up and throw it on a pile and the next spring haul it out. I used to have a lot of different help come in and out and help with cleaning stalls and different things like that. And the people would not clean the spreader off. Like if there was manure on the spreader, they'd leave it lay on the spreader. And after 12 years, it did rust. And it still works and runs great, but it's more maintenance. If you can not be down for 2 or 3 days to order parts and this and that, the maintenance is a really big issue. I mean, and I've not, like I said, the most I think I've ever been down as far as maintenance has been a day. I needed a new gear, I think it was a gearbox or a sprocket one time. And they had to order it from the company, and it was here within a day. So I mean, the company was good about getting it sent out, and the less maintenance I have to do, the more time I get to do what I like to do. Yeah, and I think that's where everything has to come from. If you might make a sale, but if your service isn't there, you're not going to make many more sales. Well, I just tell them I've been really happy with my Millcreek.